Oh my god! It's a Twin Blades variant. There's a Maelstrom on the backside. Phantom's picking up more kills, finds Andrew as well. It's a triple. Oh, look at Tahaka. Finds the Abathur top lane 6. Great Ring of Frost connecting on the 4 members. We might have a comeback for the ages. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Will they be able to escape? ETC does fall. What a counter attack by ReGen Red, and he's gonna barely get away with his friggin' teleport ability. Holy shit! That was really spicy. Hello. I'm like choked up and coughing right now, trying to drink water during that intro video, but whatever, we're here. I gotta say shout out to Richard here, throwing in 69 bits. I'm gonna throw that alert out once again so you guys can see it. Thank you, my man Richard, and best of luck tonight. I have the teams here in lobby. Let me introduce them first off. n0b0 Esprouts sitting high in the standings right now. Right, just had it up and closed it apparently, but they are currently in second place, 21 points. Just 1 point behind Queen's Consort. But they have one more game left to play over their opponents. So tonight, opportunity to move into first place for n0b0 Esprouts. They're going to try to do it up against ReGen Retro, who played earlier tonight over here on twitch.tv/MurdaRG. Dropped a set 2-0 to Lion Speed. So ReGen Retro had a bit easier of a matchup according to the standings tonight, going up against Lion Speed. But now they find themselves up against a number 2 squad and a very formidable opponent in n0b0 Esprouts. Writing down our team names in my book as we're here in our draft. It is going to be ReGen Retro first to action map selection from n0b0 Esprouts. Volskaya Foundry is our first map of the night. And our first ban of the night we see is going to be a n0b0 from ReGen Retro. Second ban came in pretty quick there from n0b0. It's going to be Zeratul, and a continuance of these melee assassins being banned away by ReGen Retro opponents tonight. Following that n0b0 ban, ReGen Retro back on the clock. The captain Altanian trying to decide which way to go. They had some focus tonight on banning away the Zeratul themselves against Lion Speed. See what they want to change it to here. It's going to go ahead and be that Garrosh, which has been one of those tanks that Retro has been willing to play. Was played against them here on Volskaya Foundry earlier this evening as well. Maybe a bit of PTSD from what they had to deal with up against Lion Speed. Final ban of the top half will be Diablo from n0b0 Esprouts. So a few tanks now taken away. A n0b0 Diablo and Garrosh. First to pick will be ReGen Retro. Do they take their tank right now, or are they willing to wait a bit? Wouldn't be surprised if they want to get on a Johanna here early. She's probably the best remaining tank available. 5 seconds for that decision. ReGen Retro trying to make this decision. They're going to go back to what they tried to do in game number 1 against Lion Speed. Pull out this Medivh. Big Bird did pretty decent game number 1 tonight. Played the Medivh. They had the Garrosh to go with it, so maybe a bit harder for them to get the combination they want now, knowing that Garrosh was banned out by themselves. But are there any other spots they want to look at? Of course, they're going to have to dig a little bit deeper from the tank position, as we see now ETC being picked up by Virtuoso. Ragnarok hopping on the Junkrat. Two heroes that should fare pretty well against a Medivh. ETC not really under too much threat in most cases, has that power slide as an escape. Junkrat plays so far back that really he shouldn't necessarily ever be in range of any of these attacks from Medivh. We'll see how they can maneuver around with the portals, but we're seeing the tank now for Altanian will be Arthas. Support will be Ana for Deltron, as we're heading into our second ban phase. n0b0 Esprouts on the clock, 15 seconds remaining. Here we do see a ban. It's going to be Greymane. hero that Masama had played a couple times earlier tonight. I'll go ahead and mute my phone. It shouldn't be on this hour. I'm getting Twitter notifications too. Bahamut, he had an amazing stream. Shout out to Blame Stark for the massive support with the sub donations. Alright, way to go, Bahamut. Final ban, Deckard Cain here by ReGen Retro. So Retro already having that pseudo double support with the Medivh, have their Ana playing healer. I've kind of taken away a few of the options now with Deckard Cain being banned out, but I still see an Alexstrasza available. Could be really good here. For n0b0 Esprouts, they grab their Soul Lane Imperious, and Richard Gere gonna hop on Jim Raynor. Maybe working on ways to deal with this Arthas from a distance, setting up with two ranged assassins, Junkrat and Raynor here. Picked by n0b0 Esprouts, frontline ETC and Imperious. Final picks for ReGen Retro on the clock right now. Need some damage. All they have is Medivh right now. We're gonna go with Jaina, and for the offlane, Malthael. So I think these picks are playing into what Retro wanted. Can they set it up though with this Medivh? I'm assuming now this is Leyline Seal with the Ring of Frost from Jaina. But is that enough? Do they have enough damage to get through some of these health bars with the Malthael? They're going to demand a reset from them. Final hero pick. This one for Bernie Burn will be Stukov. So now, ladies and gentlemen, those of you staying up late, especially if you're on the East Coast like me, let me know what you think about these drafts. You got to vote. You got to root for your teams. You got to show some love. Hashtag n0b0 or hashtag RGR. Vote for your favorite squad tonight. Who are you here cheering for? What do you think is going to win game number 1? Throw those hashtags out there and let me know. I'll try to tally them up. Report them back on stream. Who did I forget to write down? Oh, okay. Forgot to write down Ana. There we go. Yeah, I think this is pretty scary from n0b0. Again, coming in at number 2 with a chance to move into the number 1 spot after tonight's matchup. They got what appears to me to be a pretty good control comp. The ETC and Imperious, that's a pretty easy 1-2 stun combo. Stukov with the Silent Circle can get value if he's ready to go in there. And of course, you finish it up with Concussion Mine to get any lasting bits still hanging out there. I think the comp looks pretty deadly from n0b0, but still excited to see what you guys in chat have to say as we head on into game number 1. On the left-hand side tonight, we got n0b0 Esprouts up front, going to be led by Virtuoso on ETC, Richard Gere on Raynor, Ragnarok on the Junkrat, Ray playing Imperious, and lastly on the Stukov will be Bernie Burn. Ladies and gentlemen, the number 2 team in Division A of NGS Season 6, they are n0b0 Esprouts. Over on the right-hand side, we got the challengers tonight. ReGen Retro, captained by Altanian on Arthas. Aaron going to be on Malthael tonight. Deltron getting on Ana. Masama playing Jaina. And up in the sky, I said it before, it's a bird, it's a plane. Nope, it's just Big Bird. He's on the Raven playing Medivh. Ladies and gentlemen, ReGen Retro. Number 1 talent up on your screen, of course, Fingers and Frost. Little block here, that's a rhyme from Arthas. Grenade build started up by Ana. Is acing the hole from Raynor, as obviously I think should be the play, and yeah, that's going to be Frog Ride from ETC. So double support of their own after Virtuoso can collect these globes easily on Volskaya Foundry. Early rotations, not really favoring either team. Jaina being used up top early to help with that wave clear. And teams appear to be even. Let's check in down bottom where it's Malthael against Imperious. I'm not even sure. I think more of a skill matchup here between Ray and Aaron. At level 4 really is when Malthael's going to be able to turn this more in his favor with that die alone. But for now, he's just going to try to harass in these minion waves, collect all the health he can get, and make some favorable trades up against his opponent, Imperious. Both teams looking at their fortification cams. Retro pretty safe here. Holding the vent is Altanian and Aaron. On the other side, Bernie Burn and Richard Gere comboing for a turret of their own. But meanwhile, ReGen Retro not in lane, just the Medivh circling between mid and top. n0b0 Esprouts moving on to the support camp. It is scouted by Medivh. He should have a portal to help get his team here. But are they going to be too late? Altania not standing by. Here's the first half of the portal. There's the second half. Altania moving on right as the camp was taken, but the concussion mine from Ragnarok. Oh, too good. Securing the camp for n0b0 Esprouts. They get the biotic emitter. And they find themselves at level 4, a half level before ReGen Retro. Very aggressive play there as I'm looking down at our chat.
New follower detected. Calculating
up these votes. I do see one vote here from Krina Vast, rooting for ReGen Retro. Of course, pre-game, he let me know that he's here cheering on both these squads. n0b0 Esprouts, friends of his, I suppose. Friends of everyone's, so good guys. And I do want to say thank you for the follow. Hello, Katie. Hello to you. ReGen Retro able to catch up a bit here in the XP as control point A will be active in just a few moments. They have a camp that was pushing up top, but you see Richard Gear here clearing it up. Medivh in the sky trying to scout it, but really not too much he's going to be able to do as n0b0 will be rotating down towards this point. They're in the lead on the way to level 7. Imperius still soaking his bottom lane effectively, letting his minions shoot down the red minions, so the XP is missed. So many players in NGS missing out on such a simple solo lane strategy like that. Doing a really good job. Ray, difference so far in why his team has the lead. Here's those XP totals. You can see Imperius currently out soaking Mouthfeel as the fight is starting to break loose on control point A. Portal down by Big Bird, going to go right back through. As Retro able to move n0b0 off the point, but shouldn't be for too long because level 7 talents are almost here for them. And there they are. We'll see if they click them in and want to move right back on the point. But bottom, ReGen Retro looking for a kill. There's a portal down. Ray in trouble. Imperius doesn't have his spear to get out. And will end up being first blood of the game. ReGen Retro making an aggressive play, knowing they couldn't stay around that point, find a kill. But back on the point, it's Masama staying a little bit too late. Got his turret down. But you see this biotic emitter also coming down, so healing everyone from n0b0 that's still up. Back to full, along with Stukov, with bio kill switch. Way too good. Big Bird popped over by Junkrat. Able to scoot away on the conveyor belt as Aaron is also going to show up here at mid. Imperius just respawning. Jaina just respawning. They'll be back in a moment. But it's 75% for n0b0 Esprouts on their way to their first protector. Currently just Medivh nearby, might have to hop out of the sky. Oh no, he's going to drop the portal, get his team back on in here. 97%, now overtime in favor of n0b0 Esprouts. Turret down from ReGen Retro, trying to get the damage through onto EPC. Virtuoso very low, but the turret's been destroyed, and EPC is still not dead. 2 turrets on the other side from n0b0 Esprouts doing a lot of damage on Arthas. Altanian's trying to run away, concussion mine missing. Aaron now stuck in here. Mouthfield's gonna fall. No Howling Blast from Arthas, and the Sleep Dart from Ana, making sure everyone from n0b0 has to back out. Burning Burn on 100 health. Gonna survive for now, throwing out some of those heals. Bio kill switch bringing Virtuoso back as he's gonna power slide forward, find that kill onto Arthas. Altanian down, and that's gonna be the first protector in the hands of n0b0 Esprouts. All of Retro having a hard to using a lot of mana in that fight and not able to get the kills they needed. Only the one so far on that Imperius before that control point A was active. Now Retro having to play some catch up. Have their respawns here. Everyone back from base with their health and mana, but just Medivh and Ana here for now. Jaina showing up. There's Masama. At mid, Arthas and Mouthfeel trying to push back Ragnarok, who's threatening onto that mid point. Back up at top. His protector still healthy, sitting at 56%. 26 seconds left on the timer. Should be able to get through the remaining bits of this wall. Yep, well already down. Just the fort remaining here up top. They're going to make their push in, try to get all the value they can. There's Medivh taking a blast, but Force of Will good enough to keep Big Bird sturdy as he's completed his Arcane Rift at this point in the game. Should be a little more of a threat from the damage department. Here comes Altania on the backside, but massive shove all the way back into a tower from Burning Burn. So good there from a veteran support player here in Div A. Ray trying to chase down Arthas. Noltanian taking a path over to the conveyor belt, see if he can sneak out. Yes, he will. No level 10s yet for ReGen Retro, but n0b0, of course, at that mark, you saw that massive shove was on point. And they're going to also be on point for the support camp, get the biotic emitter, and set themselves up for the next objective nicely. Retro trying to soak what they can, sending the mouthfield down, still dealing with this Imperious. Did get the die alone at 4, but here comes a gank attempt. It's Bernie Burn, has the massive shove, and he's going to use it here. Misses. Aaron barely able to sidestep it, but still no way he can get out. Power slide connecting to Virtuoso, and that is going to be the 3rd kill of the game for n0b0 Esprouts, now making an aggressive rotation over to this enemy fortification camp. And with mouthfield down, Retro just a little bit too scared right now. They're going to give it up. More item control for n0b0 here. We're only 7:30 in on Volskaya Foundry. Richard leading his team back over, getting another item here. Their own fortification camp available. Medivh in the sky will scout it, but nothing going to be doing here for ReGen Retro. No one nearby. Bottom lane, it's Arthas against Imperious. Showing up now back from his death is Aaron. They're going to be scared back, seeing Richard and Bernie Burn come in from that camp. Start making some room here, but Retro's got to start thinking about taking a fight soon, as level 13s are just around the corner for n0b0. And if they want to get a fight on even talents, now would be the time, but they'd have to do it without the items on hand. Minute 30 to the next support camp spawn. Retro not holding on to anything right now, just their heroic talents. It is Polybomb and Ring of Frost, not the ley line to help set it up. Will that be costly? We'll see if Big Bird can make any plays here. Retro's going to rotate down bottom, try to find this pick on Imperious again, but nothing doing this time. Dropping the n0b0 Murloc spray is Ray. Up top, support camp, we see 53 seconds. Retro making the rotation, trying to match the XP soak. Now they are down that talent tier, so aren't as much of a threat, but Medivh still hanging out over top, making sure nothing is free here for n0b0 as Aaron's going to show up. Imperious right behind him, all 10 heroes in this top lane. Actually, Ragnarok going to rotate around, now having his Ripper Air at level 13. Did want to confirm he picked that. Able to rotate out a bit more freely. Same as Malthael with the Spear of the Reaper. Or, excuse me, Spear of the Reaper he took last game. On a Pale Horse, rather, for Malthael. Retro's going to try to find their 13. Up here at mid. Finding Imperious is Arthas. Yeah, should have enough slows and body blocks, but... Oh, wait. Forgot he's got a spear. He's right over the wall with it. One turret down. Retro are going to make the move back. Still a half level away from 13. Are going to have to start thinking about taking the fight down to talent here as Medivh dropping a portal. Just to make sure his team can rotate. Here's the other half. They're going to try to get in onto Ray, who's in a weird spot. Has that spear over the wall. So good from Imperious again. I didn't even realize he can go through terrain like that, to be honest. I haven't seen many players doing it, but Ray showing it can be done. Virtuoso in here, he's got a turn, he drops it quickly. Here's the other item, it's a bionic emitter from Richard here, but the backside damage coming out on Virtuoso, he's gonna live. Riptire not doing too much. There's the portal and the Ring of Frost that hits, but look at that. Protector picked up. Polybomb thrown down. It's getting some value here. The Virtuoso all by himself. BTC trying to power slide forward onto Voltanian. Arthas having to move away as the Protector is picked up. The glove gonna miss. Voltanian low. He falls. Aaron could be next. He's under assault by Imperious. I don't know if there's a spear though. Concussion mine not there as the portal was first. And Aaron back to safety behind the wall. Jaina's gonna go back to base, get some health and mana. And n0b0 Esprouts are saying, what evs, my dude? We getting a fort, and we're gonna rotate looking for more. Mid-fourth, still under pressure here. Imperious up on the front. Second forward of this objective phase down. Still 27 seconds left on the Protector. They're going to get the soak at mid on these minions, making their way to level 16 soon. Malthael caught out, pops himself cleansed, still backing up his Aaron. Concussion mine here. but he's able to walk on the right side of it, booping him behind the wall. But here comes the Triglav Protector looking to get the final well on these outer forts down. There it goes. One of the turrets is down. The second one hanging at 50%. This Protector's going to expire. ReGen Retro now about to be looking up at the scoreboard at level 16 talents on their opponents, and they're still sitting back at level 13. This is not looking good for ReGen Retro. n0b0 still knowing they have this advantage. They're going to push forward onto this fortification camp again, but ReGen Retro appears to want to play hard here. Even though these 16s are ready to go from n0b0, now Retro decides to move away as n0b0 moves back in. It's going to be given up away for free. Back to the lanes for Altanian. Back to these camps for the damage dealers and support player here. For this top lane, you see the positioning. It's so far out. This camp not going to do that many favors. So XP not going to be easily grabbed there right now for Retro, which could be a mistake in the macro play. We do see Malthael attempting to soak it. But Aaron, without a fort behind you in top lane, without a fort behind you in mid lane, you gotta be careful. Here comes Imperious. Should have a spear, it connects. Aaron in trouble, pops his cleanse. Should have popped it a moment sooner. Trying to maneuver around, but there's the power slide, and Virtuoso seals the deal. Just easy pickings that time for n0b0 Esprouts. They're either going to get a support camp out of it, or will they? No, they're going to respawn down bottom. Medivh's going to get in the air, scout it out, drop a portal, and get his team out of here. But here comes n0b0. It's Jaina, the one who might get caught by ETC, and does. Power slide connects on Jaina. There's going to be a bit of a boop, and body blocks from Virtuoso. Oh, but Masama able to drop a Ring of Frost, keeping himself alive, using a heroic down. Here comes the Riptire, protected, and lives. Good job by Big Bird making sure Masama stayed alive. Close by Ragnarok that time. Retro have to give up their final outer fort. Malthael back again, soaking up top. Hasn't learned his lesson yet as Aaron, but this time a little bit further back to have more room for an escape. And another biotic emitter here for n0b0 Esprouts, currently holding on to 2 turrets and that support item. Control point C should be pretty soon. The only camp remaining is this one top left for n0b0, and you see Richard here and Virtuoso comboing for it right now. And that'll be timed out nicely for control point C. I think Retro knows this, so they're going to have to commit some resources up top to clearing it. Junkrat not going over the wall with that concussion mine, so Altani going to try to chase him down. Medivh's here. Should have a portal, but they're not going to go ahead and play it aggressive. Instead, maybe looking for their even talent tier fight. Maybe the last one of the game they're going to have. It's going to take place down here on a very crazy control point. See, it's Junkrat in trouble. Concussion mine down. Bopping himself to safety as Ragnarok, but Retro, knowing that Junkrat's out of the fight, might want to take it to him right now here in this bottom area. Virtuoso on the point, 25% already channeled here for n0b0. Retro still not moving in. There's half the portal down. There's the other half moving forward to Altanian, which is closed. Getting booped through. Maybe in a good spot is Arthas. Turret down from n0b0. There's one of them. Ring of Frost connecting onto it, but not exactly where you want it because he didn't need heroes. And Altanian gonna be first up fall along with Jaina. A quick double kill for n0b0 Esprouts. They're gonna lose their Imperious, but the 2-for-1 is gonna give them plenty of room now on this point to start gathering some percentage. 60% already achieved. This would be their 3rd Punisher, or Protector rather, of the game. And it's going to be even more items. This has been the detriment to Retro, and really the #1 thing that n0b0 has done is stay aggressive, remain in control of these items. They're not afraid to drop them whenever a fight starts. And they're always getting right back on top whenever they're available. So good job here by the boys in blue tonight. Protector coming down bot lane. Only ETC inside. Still no gunner. We'll see who wants to hop inside there. Hyperion's still here for Richard here. Hasn't used it yet. There it comes. Polybomb was playing on the backside by Big Bird. He's shoved onto the backside of this fight where he's going to be chased by Junkrat. Protector going to turn around as well, but Portal getting Big Bird out and back into the sky. Good job delaying there by Madi. As the Protector's still working on this wall, they're going to get through one turret, make it two. The wall's down as well. Furious almost back from base, but still not here. As all of Retro trying to defend this. The gloves onto the keep, negating the tower shots. A great shove on Arthur, sending him all the way back to the top keep. Big Bird in trouble, getting speared in by Ray. But the polymorph keeping Imperious back. Here comes a Riptire not doing enough. Everyone from Retro still living, but Masama had to protect himself there with his ice block. He's still alive, while Tanyan's still trying to apply the slows, as his protector will expire. Arthas in a tough spot with no army, and he's down quickly as those heroes hop out. Power Slide not going to stun Malfield, because he popped his self-cleanse, and that'll be it. Enough of a push there from n0b0 Esprouts to make them happy. They get the keep down. And they remain with the pressure here in the mid lane as well, potentially rotating in, looking for more turrets. No, they want a support camp. Maybe the smarter play. Aaron still flirting with his life in the top lane. He's been revealed because he was on that wave. So now Ragnarok moving forward. He's been so good with his concussion mines tonight. Of course, I talked about the power slide spear combo from ETC and Imperious, which is a really easy setup and has been executed well so far. There you see a great concussion mine again, and a deleted Jaina Proudmoore. She's down, and 50 seconds until a respawn. Gonna give space for n0b0 to push onto this top keep wall. Here comes the Hyperion from Richard Gere. And that's two turrets down quickly. Next to action will be this keep. Tanyan's gonna try to stay sturdy on the front line with Arthas, but not really able to. A very squishy comp, opting to draft this Malfield. And you can see where it's hurting them in these fights, where they're able to tee off with the jump grab with the Rainer onto Arthas, and no one's able to move forward and get any damage on these heroes. Just the portal plays. Aaron trying to walk through, has to go right back out. Double spear by Imperious. Instant force of will. There's going to be the Army of the Dead as well from Arthas, but the Riptire negating almost all the health on those ghouls. And the mosh pit now hitting onto two. Malfield's gonna fall. Tanyan's low. He's gonna get a portal out. But that another kill staggered out 60 seconds for ReGen Retro to be back at full strength, and the Ring of Frost even gonna miss. Not looking good here for Retro. Jaina's gonna be surrounded by blue and killed. And there's another Hyperion. n0b0 trying to close it out with catapults in bottom lane, catapults up top. All their heroes on the core. Game number one, Volskaya Foundry, going to be handed over in very convincing fashion to n0b0 Esprouts. All right, shout out to our game one winners. n0b0 looking solid, 11-2. The final kill count here. 51,000 damage and no deaths from Ragnarok. He's your MVP of game number one. The split soak after level 13 was enormous from him. The wave clear all game just so good. Anytime you get the Junkrat. I didn't see what he finished his stacks at. I don't know if you guys saw, but Taste for Explosions, I'm assuming, got pretty high. Unfortunately, can't tell you what that final stack was without seeing the VOD. Hope you guys enjoyed game number one. We still have more action coming. The remaining bits here of this second half of the doubleheader for ReGen Retro. This one up against n0b0 Esprouts. They do find themselves down 1-0, and words are hard. It's late, and they're gonna try to go back to the drawing board here after game number one before we get started with game number two. We'll be right back in about 4 minutes. Thank you for hanging out tonight. Alright, we are back, and I'm in a lobby here with our squads. Dropping my R in chat. Looks like we're heading to Infernal Shrines. Map selection, once again. Actually, no, map 1 was picked by n0b0. This one was picked by ReGen Retro. So first to pick in this draft will be n0b0 Esprouts. And there's our R's from our remaining team, and here we go, heading on into Infernal Shrines. I'm waiting for this start button to go. It's not me, is it? It's alt. Hello? Start? Hello? We got all our R's, just our leader not hitting the go button. There we go. Infernal Shrine. Yeah, so I got my voice pack set to Korean. It's just that much more epic. If you're not doing it yet, just go onto your launcher, hit options, change spoken text to whatever language you want, and you instantly got yourself some new announcer packs. They sound really cool, to be honest. I don't know what they're saying at all, but it's fun. I did have the Italian one on. I speak a little bit of Italian. Well, I say speak. I understand a little bit of Italian because I studied it in college, but yeah, certainly fun. There's that Zeratul ban again by n0b0 Esprouts, not wanting to deal with it tonight. They banned it out in game number 1. They're going to follow suit here on Infernal Shrines. Over to ReGen Retro, they've been putting a lot of pressure on some of these tanks tonight, most notably a n0b0. See if they want to continue with that ban for themselves. They pulled out the Medivh twice tonight, and twice did not find a win with it. There they go, banning out their Garrosh. So I didn't do too much scouting on n0b0 myself. I'm wondering what ReGen Retro did. Assuming this Garrosh ban we've now seen twice is some sort of scout, because I know that they love playing the hero themselves, and I just can't help but think it's a bad idea to ban out a hero that you've had success on this season. There's going to be the Maiev ban, which looks very familiar to what Lion Speed was doing up against ReGen Retro earlier tonight. Zeratul and Maiev both banned away. Retro back on the clock. 12 seconds remaining for their final ban in the top half. And it's going to be Raynor. Not wanting to give that free damage over to Richard Gere again. Jim's been dispelled and a n0b0 left available, instantly picked up for Virtuoso. Still some tanks available. There is that Diablo, but up against the n0b0, maybe not the pick you're after here on Infernal Shrines, but still time to tell, or maybe Retro having some ideas of a different comp they can run. They're going with the Hanzo early for Big Bird. They're gonna grab Johanna for Aaron. Maybe a role swap here for Retro, or maybe something up their sleeves. Back over. n0b0 Esprouts on the clock, less than 10 seconds. Ana gonna be picked. Jaina gonna be grabbed for Richard Gere. Now they have a really great CC combo. They have the sleep darts, they have the double stuns from a n0b0, and depending on what Richard Gere does, could be a whole lot of damage coming out of Jaina with that sort of CC in front. Ban phase number 2 now. ReGen Retro on the clock, 5 seconds remaining. Don't have their support yet. They see their enemies with an Ana. They're going to take out Tychus. Wondering what's going on here. Are they thinking Cho'Gall? It can't be, right? Johanna Hanzo. I don't see them adding a Cho'Gall into that. But the n0b0 want to waste a ban on it. I doubt they will. It is ban away the Leoric. So here's the opportunity if it is going to be a choke all right now for ReGen Retro. They have their 3-4 picks and it would have to be locked in here if that's the direction they're going. No, it's just going to be the Grey Moon. I was getting a little too ahead of myself. I'm not sure what the Tychus ban was necessarily about. I don't see the reasoning behind it yet. Don't see much reasoning behind the Raynor ban other than they just don't want to deal with Richard Gere and a hero like Raynor. But I don't think you're getting much of a better option when you see Jaina was picked. So n0b0 getting the better half of this draft by far, in my opinion. The gray main and the white main, the double main picked up there for Retro. And the final two picks for n0b0 are going to be Thrall and Arthas. So a lot of front line. They got the slows now from Arthas to help with the gray main damage, and Thrall going to be able to come in on the backside with either that Earthquake or that Sundering, be a big disruption in these fights. Look to get some kills for n0b0. Final pick here, it will be Varian for Altanian. Are they switching around some of these heroes? Is Ult going to go over to Johanna, or is he sticking on the Varian? I don't know. 10 seconds remaining for these swaps. Could just be an off-lane Johanna. Looks like indeed that will be the play here from Retro. I don't know where they're going to end up in the lanes, but Altanian not playing tank tonight for the first time all season. And yes, Ghost Dunk, I told you, Korean language voices. It's the way to go. They are our overlords, and I need to start learning how to speak Korean, apparently. Hashtag n0b0 or hashtag RGR in chat. Starting to lose my voice. It is 12:40 a.m. here on the East Coast. But let me know in chat who you voting for. n0b0 or ReGen Retro heading into game number 2. Who do you think's going to win? Let us know in chat. And I'll go ahead and introduce these teams over on the left-hand side. In the blue, we got Ragnarok on Thrall, Richard Gere on Jaina, Bernie Burn playing the Ana Virtuoso on a Nubarak, and Arthas will be played by Ray. They are n0b0 Esprouts. On the right side, they lost game number 1, but are trying to get some sort of points in this doubleheader tonight. We got Aaron on Johanna, Altanian playing Varian, Masama on Greymane, playing this awesome Freedom Hanzo as Big Bird, and last but not least, on the white main, you know him as the Big D, the Big Del, the Tron Daddy himself, Deltron on white main. Ladies and gentlemen, ReGen Retro. Hanging out mid lane, we're looking at some of these talents coming in at level 1, and that is going to be Lion's Maw from Varian. Likely showing that he's thinking about going that taunt later on. Chain Lightning from the Brawl. Or, it's called Echo of the Elements for his Chain Lightning, sorry. It's late. You know, it's late, give me a break. I'm also not that good at this game, so that's another thing, but we're going to check out bottom lane. Virtuoso holding a bush, has that impale quickly throwing down to Johanna, trying to make his escape now, getting some supporting from the healing darts of Burning Burn. Richard Gere going to show up as well. Here's Big Bird, who went into that target practice build. We'll see if it gets any value, especially at 4, when he picks up those explosive arrows, helping in the wave clear. At mid, Johanna finding Thrall. He's going to be slowed by a Jam and a Subdue and just walk his way back. And here's our first camp. n0b0 game 1. Tenacious around these first camps. They're getting started early, but this time Retro nearby. They're moving in with 3. Here comes 4. Big Bird showing up as well. A Nubarak holding on with that spell armor. There's a Blizzard from Jaina and the burrow forward. Here's a Howling Blast follow-up from Ray. And Masama in big trouble. Likely going down as first blood, and he does. A minute 40 in. n0b0 Esprouts back on the board. Checking out chat. Have one comment. I don't know if it counts as a vote or not. From Jitsu. Says, hella in n0b0's favor. Couldn't have said it better myself. I think the comps are pretty apparent who got the power players, at least in this meta. ReGen Retro trying to play A bit different of a strategy than you see here in Division A. Now walking in onto this bottom Khazra camp with Aaron moving forward with the rest of his team. Masama showing up with a sleep dart from Bernie Burn, making sure Greymane can't finish off a n0b0. They will have to concede over the camp to ReGen Retro, but they're going to leave it their lives. Now at level 4, Varian still holding on to his selection. We don't know if it's Taunt, Colossus Smash, Twin Blades, but it's the decision point for Varian. We're likely going to find out soon. He's not giving up that information yet. Likely going to wait until he has an opportunity to use one of these talents. He's also now up top against Arthas, so having to deal in a somewhat unfavorable matchup. Those slows from Arthas, especially if he decides to go Twin Blades, would really prohibit too much damage coming out from ult. Here's a fight down bottom breaking out. Johanna on the front side. This is Aaron playing a role that he's not so used to. Typically in the offlane, we've seen him on that Malphio a couple times tonight. Also played in game number 1 earlier. Actually, it was game number 2, the Leoric in our first set. Now he's playing a Johanna, a completely different role as Masama, trying to combo in with that Dark Flight in. But Virtuoso stays alive, gets his own shielding. That's a n0b0, a very, very sturdy beater. In the bottom lane, Johanna and Whitemane trying to keep the wave pushed back as the rest of the team in the point. Johanna up front dealing with Brawl. Here comes the flank. It's Arthas. Masama in trouble. Very low, getting slowed. Gonna Dark Flight out and swipe away. Greymane still alive. Blizzard using the backside by Richard Gear to no avail. And Retro might be able to get out of this. Howling Blast should be up soon from Ray. See if ReGen Retro knows that. They do, and they're able to dodge it. Just 11 skulls away from getting this first objective for themselves. There's a Sonic Arrow win from Hanzo, and Big Bird going to try to make his move. Arthas pressing in his face as Johanna inside the pit. Might be able to condemn Ray. Arthas very low, but he's able to get some self-healing. He's scooting way back as Retro regain control of the pit. Still looking for kills, though, or Aaron. Really good zoning at the minimum from Johanna, and it's going to be the first objective for ReGen Retro. Maybe getting ready to have a win tonight. Surprisingly so for me. Punisher over the wall. Speaking of the wall, one of its turrets has been destroyed. The actual wall itself sitting at 30% health. Going to try to be finished off here by Retro as well as on his turret. And they will get through it with the minions pushing with them. There's a n0b0. I don't know if that was a burrow charge attempt or not. Virtuoso still staying in here, though. On the flank is Ragnarok coming in on Thrall. Iron Skin and keep Aaron safe. And Retro going to scoot on back. Fight to see another day. We did finally get our heroic pick. It's Colossus Smash from Varian. And you see him trying to get away from the slows of Ray. But he's not going to be able to, or is he? Oh, still running around, still living, hopping on a mount, still scooting around. Here comes Deltron. And Altanian gonna live. Here's Arthas with no mana, maybe in trouble. Johanna is here. Can they show back up? Altanian has a Colossus Smash, might be able to finish Arthas off after all of that. No, Ray, 129 health at the low point, will survive. What a fun play that was. Ends up being nothing for either team. Hanzo stuck out here. n0b0 could stun this. But he gets vision on Thrall. Gonna scoot on back, skate on back. Neutral Khazra camp, rather, picked up there by n0b0. It's pushing bottom lane. Hanzo, the only one here in defense right now. He did go into those explosive arrows. Even got sharpened arrowheads at level 7, so he's all in on this Q build right now. And it's n0b0 ahead in XP, almost at level 10, even without getting that first objective. Have been able to get the first kill, the only kill of the game, and have been leading in the Merc clearing by a considerable margin. I think Retro only with that one camp early in the game. Excuse me. They haven't been able to get back on a camp yet. Here we see Hanzo trying to be the one making that move to Retro. Greymane showing up as well. Here comes Whitemane and Johanna. As Varian still remaining the one split out here for Retro. attempt maybe started, but Virtuoso getting low, had to back on out. Level 10's achieved for Retro. They got the Blessed Shield. That is the Scarlet Aegis from Whitemane. Cursed Bullet again from Masama and his Greymane. Waiting on Hanzo, but you gotta believe that it's gonna be the Dragon's Arrow. I don't see much reason for Dragon Strike here. Especially without the taunt. Retro gonna drop back on their Bruiser camp, still having to deal with n0b0's Bruiser camp in top lane is Ultanian. That's been destroyed. n0b0 gonna set up around the point. Just Aaron here and Big Bird harassing back the dogs. There goes a Bruiser camp picked up top lane for Retro. Varian's still up there dealing with the wave. Gonna have to make his way down. Here he comes. Dragon's Arrow was picked up by Hanzo. See if he wants to play it right here during this clump. So far, nothing. Just Arthas walking forward with that Howling Blast. And here's the Earthquake Ragnarok trying to finish off Deltron. Scarlet just popped on the backside as Whitemane trying to keep herself alive, but Virtuoso walking in. Gonna be enough to get that kill. On the other side, Richard Gere, 25 health and falls to Big Bird. 2 for 1 as Whitemane and now finally Johanna make it 3 for 1. The Varian's down as well. Hanzo likely gonna fall. Virtuoso chasing. Here comes Thrall, and the Hanzo's down. Only Greymane surviving for Retro. And n0b0 Esprouts, already with 18 skeletal defenders to their name, are looking to close out this objective and get themselves their first Punisher of the game. Respawn's still not all here. 7 seconds for Hanzo, but Retro might try to make their way back in here. I don't think it's worth it. Volcanian's gonna look and then march right on up the top, conceding over this objective to n0b0. It's gonna push mid lane. It's gonna be a Mortar Punisher. And this wall already sitting below 50% health. Turrets have a little bit of damage themselves. Here comes the Punisher. Ultanian holding a vent. Not quite scouted there by Arthas. I don't know, but the Punisher's over the wall. Iron's getting popped by Johanna to make sure she's not taking damage and is able to return fire on the Punisher, but the wall is down. And here come n0b0 Esprouts. Arthas leading the way with the slows. Should have a Howling Blast ready to go. Here come the Ghouls. Army of the Dead popped by Ray. And they find a kill on Hanzo. The Water Elemental slowing everything down. Aaron in trouble as well. Blizzard's there. But Scarlet Aegis keeping him alive from Whitemane. Aaron surviving. Punisher jumping over another wall. This one a keep wall. And the damage still here from n0b0 Esprouts. Enough to get one of the turrets down. Make it 2 and a kill on Johanna. Now can pressure onto this keep. Howling Blast connecting as well. See ya later, Whitemane. It's another double kill for n0b0 Esprouts, and they're gonna get the first keep of the game. Virtuoso gonna live. Good supporting there by Ana. And they get the keep down. Surround the Varian. Ultanian gonna be stunned twice. Still low, and Varian's down. A staggered death, 30 seconds until he respawns, and now n0b0 seeing Masama low as well. Can't get the kill, but still are hanging out here by the core. Maybe trying to end it early against ReGen Retro, but respawns are here. Thrall taking a lot of damage. Whitemane with the slows. Ragnarok escaping with his Wind Fury. And he's back with his squad. And the Great Escape is on. n0b0 Esprouts get out with all of their lives. A few camps on the map right now. Each camp on the side of ReGen Retro quickly taken there by n0b0. They're going to rotate down. Let's see if they want to be on the wall or on the camp. Looks like both. Knowing they can get value in 2 places, they're going to take it. Scouted by Big Bird, but a little too late for Hanzo. Almost level 16 are n0b0 Esprouts. ReGen Retro looking for a fight. They're sending Greymane down as well. Leading off the fights, Aaron on Johanna, but not able to connect on that Condemn. They're just going to take the clear, and n0b0 not giving the fight over to Retro. They drop way back. And I'll just try to get level 16 and take the fight on their terms. There's level 16 picked up. n0b0, let's see some of these talents coming in. It's going to be the extra slow thunderstorm from Thrall. Of course, that numbing blast from Jaina going to help set up the CC chain. Especially after some of these sleeps that Bernie Burn's able to set up with Ana. They have the nano boost, of course, helping Jaina get some of those damages out with the water elemental. Cam still trying. Masama walking through on Greymane as to get the cleanse. Will be able to escape. Dragon Arrow played as well. Johanna moving forward. Already used that Flesh Shield. Scarlet Each is still an option. See if Neltron needs to use it as the Cocoon comes out just to disengage this fight. And n0b0, even though they're up this talent tier, seems to be losing the fight. Now re-engaging it with the Earthquake and the Burrow Charge, finding damage onto Whitemane. Deltron escaping. Johanna also trying to escape. As Varian moving back in with the Colossus Smash will pay with his Colossus life. 10 kills now for n0b0 Esprouts. And they're going to be able to move on down to this bottom lane where the Shrine is already active. Going to be started up by a Nubrak. Arthas holding the lane, getting the XP and these minions pushed up onto the wall. If they can get the wall down, that would be huge for this push if they're able to secure this next objective. And they're likely able to do so as there's still 3 seconds for Varian to respawn. Richard's putting out another camp at mid. And all of ReGen Retro are split out, trying to soak the XP they need for 16. They're not going to be able to contest this. 27 skeletal defenders picked up here by n0b0. We'll see if they hold at 39 and push onto this wall, which, in my opinion, is a smarter play. We'll see what they're thinking. But I'd love to see this wall started, weakened, and give more room for this Punisher to get onto a keep. But instead, they pick it up. They're going to play it out as is. And Varian still all the way up top. The Zoltanian. n0b0 going to make their move. Punisher jumping over the wall. Iron Skin popped early by Johanna. Still here. On the backside is Ray chasing down Hanzo. But he's got a nifty leap. Natural agility keeping Big Bird safe. There's the Cocoon and the Burrow Charge forward. Big Bird getting impaled as well. The follow-up damage and Hanzo's down. Their turnaround going to happen. The Cocoon target's out. It's Aaron. He uses Iron Skin trying to walk through the Earthquake. But the body blocks are real. And Aaron will fall as well. A double kill for n0b0 Esprouts. Still pressuring forward with this Punisher. They're looking to get their second keep of the game down, and look at that Punisher leap, the follow-up Burrow Charge from Virtuoso, securing a triple kill for n0b0. And is this the beginning of the end? Are ReGen Retro about to lose all 4 of their maps tonight? Are n0b0 going to get the domination and move into first place in Division A? Altanian, the one here in response, but Varian's not going to be able to do enough on the backside. He's trying to bait this Punisher jump. There it is. The turnaround happening. There's the Root Howling Blast, and Varian's down, staggered out for 43 seconds. That core already at 50% health. That's gonna do it. Cocoon thrown out on Whitemane. And see you later, all of you ReGen Retro alligators. n0b0 Esprouts, the Doggos, taking the 2-0 domination tonight, sending us home in under an hour here in this late night set. Here's the match summary brought to you by Nexus Gaming Series. I gotta say thank you, everyone showing up here tonight for the late cast. Still 17 viewers. I think we just got a host from Nexus Gaming Series as the Tuesday night showdown just ended. Unfortunately, you guys are making it here to the very end of the show. But I am going to try to get someone in for an interview. We'll see who from n0b0 Esprouts we can find. I'm going to send out a message to... who should I send the message out to? Who do you guys think in chat? I might as well just talk to the captain, see what Virtuoso has to say. Before I leave this screen, though, here are the talents. And that'll do it for the talents. And I'll switch us back over to the webcam scene here. Shout out all night. These guys have been hanging out here in my party cam. I didn't have their light on. Shame on me. You want to see what it looks like with the light on? Here, check this out. It's actually pretty cool. Look, they glow. Oh, fancy. Super fancy. As I'm joined by Virtuoso, the captain of now the current #1 team in Division A NGS Season 6. How are you feeling tonight?
Oh, feeling great, man.
So, as I just mentioned, the 3 points tonight move you ahead of Queen's Consorts into the #1 spot. I know a few of them are tuned in tonight. Any quick messages for them?
I mean, it was just a matter of time till we were on top again. That's all.
All right, fair enough. You heard it here from Virtuoso. But tonight, let's talk about ReGen Retro. You guys come in as a big overdog here. The puppies from n0b0 Esprouts. But you guys took it in convincing fashion on Volskaya, item control throughout, and then Infernal Shrines ending in convincing fashion as well. How does it feel coming out and executing a game plan so flawlessly?
I mean, it honestly felt great. I mean, you know, they played some stuff that we're not used to playing against, you know, like Medivh and whatnot, they played it pretty well. We just played a little better. Had our plan, we executed. I don't know, it felt nice. It felt nice, because we were a little nervous going into it, the actual game after draft.
Yeah, I want to say thank you in chat. Arrow of the Storm coming through with a late night raid. Unfortunately, if you guys are just showing up, this stream is about to end. We're here in an interview right now with Virtuoso, the winners tonight from n0b0 Esprouts. And I also see Richard Gear here in chat saying he drew a Rainer ban, so his life's complete.
He was very happy when that happened.
You know, you guys saw a couple bans come out after game #1. The Garrosh. Actually, you guys didn't play the Garrosh. That was the other set where the Garrosh came out. My bad. But yeah.
Well, it seemed like those bans were targeted too. I mean, like game 1 seemed like they were trying to choke me out.
Okay, so they're trying to choke you out with the. I was wondering because they have a Garrosh player themselves. Oltanian had been playing the Garrosh recently, and they banned it out 2 games, so it must have been a scouting. So credit.
I suspect they didn't want to see me on it. Yeah, thanks.
That makes sense. Volskaya Foundry, though, I want to talk a lot about this map because that's really, to me, where it seemed like you guys had the biggest edge. What really goes into having these timings you guys have on the camps and having that sort of control? Because it seemed like anything you wanted was yours for the taking.
I think one of the big things is we were just like, we kind of knew we were stronger early, so we just kind of went for it, right? You know, something that we were, you know, vocalizing in comms is always trying to make sure we knew where the Medivh was, right? Because it's really easy to, like, say, invade the turret camp at minute 1 with the Medivh. We saw him top lane, so we just ripped, you know what I mean? So basically it comes down to keeping track of where the Medivh is and knowing when it's okay to do it, even if we do see him.
Yeah, the Medivh played there in game #1, and you really didn't have too much to worry about in terms of like a portal engage. It was just really that Arthas that was the worry. But you go ahead and draft a Junkrat and a Rainer, throwing 2 ranged attackers at him. What a great little maneuvering in the draft you had there, and really I think that's what won it for the game. Like you just didn't have to worry about Arthas at all.
Yeah. It was pretty nice. We had a lot of ways to move him backward. I think ETC matches up pretty nicely into an Arthas main tank as well.
And yeah, the other thing too, I hadn't seen too much of this, but ETC Imperious comboing for that Power Slide Spear combo. Is that something you guys have pulled out before? I haven't quite seen it at NGS, but it seems like such an easy comp to pull off.
Yeah, I'm not really. I mean, ETC is not like super meta right now. Basically just came about because of the tank choke. I think that might be the first time I've played it with these guys. But it was pretty good. I have my opinions about when you should draft ETC, but you know, secrets and whatnot.
You did have one mosh there at the end that was definitely a highlight of the game.
Yeah, man. My team was flaming me for not pressing my damn R button. I'm like, look, it's fine.
I got 2, and I saw the concussion mine from Junkrat, and it was sitting at the feet of Malthael, and I was like, you know what? He could just totally pull it right now, and it wouldn't even matter. But we headed game number 2, Infernal Shrines. You stuck with the Zeratul ban. You added in a Maiev ban, trying to take away some of these melee auto attackers. And I talked last game with Lion Speed post game in the interview, and they had a similar ban strategy with these two heroes. I just haven't seen any teams in Division A willing to let them through. Is that how it's going to remain throughout the playoffs?
I don't want to play against it. If I can't guarantee I'm getting one of those heroes, I don't want to play against it.
And that's the same answer I keep getting from everyone. Just like, they don't want to deal with it. They don't even really want it for themselves that badly if it means leaving it available. Division A, you're going to continue seeing bans on those two guys. But hey, n0b0 Esprouts, very strong tonight. The 2-0 domination. Congratulations, Virtuoso, and all of n0b0. But before I let you go, of course, you got to have some time for shout-outs. The floor is yours.
Absolutely. Shout-outs to my team, of course. They killed it again. This is the second set in a row that's been super duper clean. I'm really, really happy about that. Shout-outs to you. Thank you so much for casting, man. Really appreciate it.
Actually, quickly, you can thank the bit donators earlier in the first half of my evening. They raised the funds to encourage me to stay up late on the East Coast.
Yeah, well, thank you so much to them, man. I mean, it's all appreciated. We enjoy being cast. We enjoy having a crowd. It's all good. And of course, shout outs to the n0b0 Esprouts organization. Make sure you check us out. Shout outs to our coach Monkey Lumps. Shout outs to our analyst Big Swiss Sticks. And of course, shout outs to Lil B. And that's all I got for you.
Lil B. Thank you so much, Virtuoso, and congratulations once again to you and your team. n0b0 Esprouts on top of Division A.
Thanks, man.
All right, so we made it through our first set, ReGen Retro versus Lion Speed. We made it to our second set after you guys were so gracious with coming through with the bits. ReGen Retro versus n0b0 Esprouts, but it's going to be 4 straight map losses for ReGen Retro tonight. Not the case if you're a fan of ReGen, but they'll be back to fight another day. They have a lot of games left on the schedule, and I think one coming up next. Let me just confirm this for you because I hate giving inaccurate information. Here's the calendar. So they have their next match tomorrow night, 11 p.m. against Nightwood. Currently no caster, but you never know. Someone might grab it. Hope you stop in and cheer on ReGen Retro. You know, maybe you cheer on some of these other squads in Division A, like n0b0 Esprouts, who did such a great job tonight. Congratulations to them. That's it for me. I'm n0b0. Find me over on Twitter at n0b0RG, here on Twitch at n0b0RG, and YouTube as well, n0b0RG. Make sure you're hitting the follow buttons and the like buttons wherever you can on not just my channel, but everyone who's helping bring you the NGS action this season. That's it for me tonight, and until next time, I'm n0b0, and I will see you in the Nexus.